Hey everybody, you're listening to the Hisessions Hawaii podcast where we talk about everything local and beyond. I'm John Yamasato, your host, and joining me today is Mr. Kyle Shimabukuro.
How's it?
And Devon Nekoba.
You wouldn't have any guests today.
Yeah, we had a guest scheduled, but the guest had to catch a plane and thought we were going to do a Zoom thing.
Oh, actually, yeah, he's worried about that. So,
yeah.
Bummers.
We'll get him back.
Yeah,
yeah.
We'll get him.
Yeah, it's all right.
He's a good get, so
yeah.
we're hoping to get him on.
So before we begin, let me remind our listeners of all the ways they can stay in touch with the show. There's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all at Hisessions. You can go to SoundCloud, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts to listen to the podcast. Finally, you can email us at hisessions@yahoo.com. If you'd like to help the show, get more music on the channel, please go to patreon.com and donate. There you get more involved with the show, determine who and what is filmed. I'd like to thank Sierra from Honolulu, who is our newest Patreon.
Thank you, Sierra.
I'd like to also thank Koopa Koopa Landscaping, Landscape Architects, Kevin Yokomura, 808-722-8685 for a free estimate. Or you can go to koopakoopalandscaping.com. I'm actually going to need his help because we just sold a house up in Kokokai and Hawaii Kai. Beautiful landscaping everywhere, but we had to termite tent it.
Oh,
and
which
then
killed everything.
So first the termite guys come and they're like, well, we can either drop the tent right on the plants, and that'll kill them.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And they go, or we can put them around, but then they're going to get tented, and that may kill them. I'm like, well, I guess we'll try may killing versus
actually.
And what, they all died?
So they tented the thing, but what was interesting is a combination of shrubs and cacti. So the cacti were going to be fine because of the tenting, okay? But with the shrubs, they say if you're going to tent shrubs, you really overwater them before the tenting.
Oh.
And then you water them after, right? So what happened was before the tenting, the other realtor that was helping me really watered everything really well so that things wouldn't die. But now the cactus are dying because I think the cactus got too much water. So now the brushes the shrubs are okay, but the cacti are starting to get brown. So I may need Kevin to come in and try to do some
Bring
magic.
these back to life, please.
What kind of cacti? Is it the kind you see on a
big
Vegas
kind.
desert kind?
No, it's not that kind. It's like they have arms and spikes on them. And
Yeah.
Can you find in the desert?
Yeah, well, sorry. More leafy looking, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to explain them.
That's a nasty plant, bro. I wouldn't have that anywhere near
That's
my
not
house.
I don't know, but it's the one with the flat leaves that are like this thick or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently they're pretty expensive to replace.
I forgot to thank you, Kevin, too, because the gravel that they put in my driveway.
Yeah.
Remember I told you my truck was picking it up and scattering all over the road?
Yeah.
So he came by with finer gravel. And he goes, hey, I'm going to come by and dump it over that, and it should be okay. I was like, okay, let me know when you're outside. And he never let me know.
You just did them.
Yeah, and I finally came outside. I go, oh, he's done already. And he dug out. So thank you, Kevin. I know it was a while ago, but
Kevin's a good dude. Yeah.
It's one of the cool parts about us doing a pod. By the way, we don't have a guest, so this kind we actually get to talk about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of
Right,
stuff.
things he was gonna thank people for and stuff.
Yeah.
Now you can actually get into it instead of going, okay, we got to get through this really, really fast because the guest is sitting here.
Right. We can kind of just go at our own pace.
But now we don't know what we're going to talk
Now,
about.
the only problem I have now with the finer gravel is that my neighbor's cat mistakes it for a little box.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I think
So the cat's pooping
if you put the jar out, a clear jar of water.
I don't know what. Yeah.
That's what they say to do. Actually, you should ask your wife and your sister-in-law because they love.
know. You know what I heard? Cayenne pepper sprinkled around. They don't like that smell. Cats.
Or I read on Reddit just yesterday, someone took a Irish Spring and you shave it into little.
That's right.
shaving.
I read that too.
Yeah.
Really?
Mosquitoes too. They don't like the Irish Spring, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then your wife and your sister-in-law gonna be like, hey, why does our yard smell like
Irish
soap?
Better than cat doodoo.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but if the dog walks by, the dog just eat them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you to Fort Ruger Market.
Thank you.
Providing our
Winner.
lunches.
How's those pokés?
Good. Good. They have the ulala back.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be on Wednesdays and Fridays. So if you if you want some kind of non-meat poke, they have the ulala, which is just the Hawaiian sweet potato with the what is that? Like some greens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they have the ahi one for the people who eat fish.
It was really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
I'm and then yesterday I went there for lunch, and I had the lao lao. And like I said, I go there on my days off too. Like I just go and buy food or whatever, because it's so convenient for me because I'm always in this area, and then you can run in, you can get a lao lao, you can get a poke bowl. I try not to eat. Okay, let me ask you this question since we're going on tangents now. This is actually good.
Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I have a friend of mine who at one point said he had to stop eating fish because he had mercury. He had too high mercury count in his. So I was like, how much fish you eat? He's like, I eat a lot of fish.
Like every day?
I don't know. Yeah. So what do you think? Because I've been eating at least one poke bowl a week, for the last.
You know what I'm going to do?
So many months.
I'm going to see my doctor tomorrow for blood test.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going to ask him to run mercury and lead for me too.
Okay.
And see what happens. And I'll let you guys know.
Because if you hide, then that means weird. Because I eat a lot as much as you, right?
Yeah, I guarantee.
So what I try to do is I eat poke almost every Tuesday for the podcast.
Did you see what the symptoms are from mercury poisoning?
No.
Oh.
But I mean, I don't have any symptoms of it. I'm just saying that.
I mean, if it's laziness, me and you are in trouble, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But I just thought, I should maybe get that checked out or something.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. Like, I've never gone this many weeks in a row of eating at least one poke bowl a week and then maybe another one later in the week, right?
It's not that much. You're not eating that much fish, though, right? I mean...
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. I don't think I'm eating...
If you're eating poke every single day or, sashimi every single day, then I might be a little worried for you. But I don't know. One a week? That's not that much.
Okay. That's what I think.
But it also depends. I mean, it depends where they catch the fish and all that kind of stuff, right? Because if you're getting the ones offshore as opposed to a fresh one, that can change things.
It also depends on whether Devon is telling you this or a doctor.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying.
All right. The bottom line is Fort Ruger has good poke bowls, so that's why I'm always eating.
Yeah.
Okay, you can find Devon at Kumu at Kumu 94.7. Find Kyle at highlifeclothing.com. And as they both have said, we don't have a guest today.
And it's been a long week for John and Devon and I, so forgive us.
Well, you had Made in Hawaii Festival, right? So that was
insane.
Crazy.
Thank you for everybody that came out. Made in Hawaii Festival raised a lot of money too for Maui.
How did they do the raising for that one? It's just that everybody
they took a percentage off the door.
Oh,
people who bought tickets.
Okay.
So I think the numbers are going to come out soon, but they did raise a ton of money for
the
effort. And then we sold shirts on behalf of Made in Hawaii and gave a percentage of the proceeds to the thing too. So
when I came in, John and Kyle were talking about being an entrepreneur because Kyle, among the three of us, Kyle is the only entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And what that's like.
Yeah.
And this is what it looks like if you're an entrepreneur, because then you do a show where you got to sell all your stuff for the entire weekend. So you don't have a weekend and you sit there at the convention center and just...
Well, I do know. I gotta give props to the workers that came out and spent their time to help us sell and stuff like that.
Well, some of them are related.
It's grueling work. It was a 12-hour shift.
Yeah.
From early in the morning to late, and because I'm old and I can't sell a T-shirt to save my life, I just hide in the back the whole time. So my majority of my work is the cleanup and the setup effort. In the beginning.
Well, and the design of the booth.
The design of the booth and the designs.
Yeah.
So yeah. So,
hey, next year. Well, what about his kids?
What about his
daughter's
kids?
old enough
To work.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody's interested, even your kids.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, Nisa will definitely want to do it next year.
It's actually fun.
Why would she definitely want to do it?
Because she's trying to raise money for her spending.
Oh, well, I know, but my daughter's gonna be like, well, how much are they gonna pay us?
Oh no,
to do the work?
They paid well. They paid pretty well. So
Yeah.
I'll tell you how much.
And it's not a long-term commitment,
Yeah, it's not.
It's a couple days, and
they get to see their friends and they get to work together, and it's kind of fun actually. It's just for me. I know staying behind the counter, I can't sell a T-shirt.
Why?
Because I'm old.
What are you talking
does that
about?
have
You
to do with
designed
selling
the
t-shirts?
shirt.
We have young, vibrant,
Oh,
people selling.
I see.
In other words, his nephew and his niece are selling.
Yeah, and other
Yeah.
young people, you know. So
Yeah, you want the brand to look hip.
yeah, not old like me.
Yeah.
You know, I can't.
Yeah, but then the old guys want to buy stuff.
The old guys will buy
Aloha
from the
shirts
kids, but
and
the kids
whatnot.
won't buy from old guys.
Hmm.
You know, so
That's true.
yeah.
Yeah, you got a point there.
You just
Thank-
gotta
thank
color
you.
your hair, bro. You'll be all right.
No.
Well, so I thought that we would take some of the time today to kind of thank everybody. It's been a blur since
Yeah.
you know the
Somebody asked me about it. I was like, that was 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just think about
I
it.
mean,
you go,
well, because it's not just so. First of all, I just have to say that we have wonderful supporters here at High Sessions in the sense that we're getting more people listening to the podcast, which is great, and they're asking how they can help and where to donate. And a lot of them are not from here, you know, and so directing them to the charities at the stream and stuff. I mean, there's still people donating even to this
Oh,
day
that's great.
Yeah.
from
That's
the live
awesome.
stream. And then we had the Mawiola concert this past Sunday, and people were very supportive of that. So just everybody who's been chipping in and helping out and donating and doing this and doing that. I mean, it's I can't say for sure it's helping because I'm not there,
Oh,
but
Yeah, you're
I
definitely
gotta
helping.
imagine that it's helping in some way.
Yeah, yeah.
You know. So Kyle and I were having this discussion, Devin, that we had. Remember Ray, our plastic guy, who came in and talked a couple times on the
Okay.
podcast. So he flew to Maui, and he's been there for the last couple weeks, just physically helping out, like loading
nice.
stuff, feeding people, doing. You know, Ray's one of these guys. He's gonna get into it. You know.
Yeah.
And so I was telling Kyle, like, man, I don't know if that's what I should be doing, like flying over there, just seeing if people need help out that side. So Kyle was saying, you know, our strengths is like helping to raise funds, you know, like Ray's a big, strong dude. Clearly, they're not going to have me carrying anything.
Ray's also been in war zone because he was in the
Yeah.
military before.
Yeah,
so
he's ex-military guy.
Yeah, so he knows his stuff while he's there on the ground, and he can help out. But what we're gonna do is show up, and then John got to carry like cases of soda. That's not gonna
Yeah,
work, right?
well,
Or,
no.
but you know, I told him that he gives back using his skill, which is music. You know, and I try to give back using my skill, which is design. You know, so
Mine is just
If-
talking.
and which is important too. You know, so I think if we all just use
and,
our
and then there's people like I said on the mainland that they can't get over there, so they donate.
Yeah,
right? So
yeah,
that's their way of
yeah.
contributing. So everybody's trying to do what they can.
Yeah,
right.
and that's what's awesome about it, to see this movement of everybody helping out everybody in their own way. And and I just wanted to say that we finally launched a design for High Life. We sold out at the Made in Hawaii Festival, and right now we're taking pre-orders for the Imua Maui T-shirt. So you can go to highlifeclothing.com or highlifestore.com, and the proceeds will go to
Yeah, all proceeds just
Maui
go to
Strong.
Maui, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Maui Strong is
Maui
okay.
Strong,
Okay,
yeah.
good. Yeah, and it's yeah. So the last couple of weeks have just been like you know, the stream was one thing, and then trying to catch up on all the things that we kind of put at the side to have the stream done, and then the Mawiola concert came up,
Yeah.
and then so now we're going into the next week. So I'm trying to like recuperate a little bit and get my feet set. And then whatever's going to come next, we're going to do the next one. And we're just going to keep doing stuff until I don't even know how long this is going to be. It's going to be a long time. So.
Is it nice to see Pure Heart get together for these efforts too?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess it's good timing that Jake is on the island and not touring right now, and he can do these things because he has another concert coming up, right?
Yeah. And all the proceeds from that's going to go to
Yeah.
Maui,
Yeah.
Maui as well. So he went in and is donating all that. So that's great. Yeah, we were sound checking on Sunday, and yeah, just so happened, you know, Jake has a pretty good perspective on things because, you know, he used to tour a lot. He
Yeah.
would do 100-something shows a year
Wow.
on the mainland, and, you know, there's 365 days a year, and part of that is the traveling back and forth, right?
Yeah.
So, but he said, yeah, so September, this August, September, it's like his kids' soccer or
Well,
sports.
they're also starting school again and stuff. So
Yeah, so he
Yeah.
wanted to be there for those kind of things and
Mm.
stuff, and so he's here and he's just hanging out. So from that point of view, it worked great that we could be together to help support stuff.
Yeah, and you guys did a great job on that Mauna Ola
Oh,
concert.
thank you. Thank
You know what was interesting? What I was telling him about Pure Heart is that, yeah, we know all the songs, right? And every time they go back on stage, they sing the songs that we all know. But every single time I watch them play, it's a different type of song because it's experimental for you guys, kind of, right?
Well, I think it's more the other two guys.
Yeah.
They get bored of what they did
Yeah.
last time, so they're going to do something different this time.
Yeah, so this past set was completely different from your past set
Yeah.
during the telethon thing you guys had with Hisessions. And I guess
And
that's why
they didn't talk it over at all, as usual.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's enjoyable to watch you guys, because you never know what type of a version of this song you're gonna hear
Right.
at that moment too. Because
And then the
you know
older
they're just
stuff-
ad-libbing and putting in different things. It's not
Yeah.
like you rehearsed it and say, let's play this song a little bit different. You kind of doing it on the fly, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, and I should send out a big thank you to Zach Lum, who was another guy who came on the podcast.
Yeah.
But he was one of the ones instrumental in putting that Mauiola together.
Oh,
I think at this point they've already raised over $750,000
that's awesome.
in the telethon, like in doing all that stuff. So it was a huge effort, and apparently, from what I was told, none of the people there were, all that. So it's Bishop Museum, right? It's this huge lawn. The stage was massive. It looked like the shell, like the size of the stage and stuff.
It looked big.
All the sound guys, all the videographers, all donated their time. So they set all that stuff up, did it all for free, So it was good to be a part of that, and it's just nice to see everybody, and you also get ideas, right, bouncing off of people, what they're doing to help and all that kind of stuff.
Do you know the date of that Hawaii Theater concert that you guys are doing?
The Hawaii Theater concert is going to be September 8th and 9th, and so Pure Heart, we're playing on the 8th, but on the 9th they have like some really good like mainline artists coming to it.
I saw
Mick
the
Fleetwood's
lineup.
going to be there and stuff. It's going to be pretty amazing.
Pretty
I get
nuts,
to
yeah.
MC the show.
Yeah, and Devon's going to be there.
How'd you wiggle your way into that?
I asked. You need an MC for the show, and they went, "Yeah." I went, "Sure."
Do you need somebody to carry cables or anything? I'll be there too.
Yeah. I'm sure we could.
It's gonna be a good concert.
Yeah, it's
It
gonna be a
really
great
is.
concert.
I mean, I've
Yeah.
never seen Mick Fleetwood play live with Jake before.
Yeah.
That should be interesting.
So it's like,
yeah.
And they put together a little band. They're gonna play on both nights, and
You got the best job
Fantastic.
though, because you just announced them, stand on the
Pretty
sign
much.
and watch.
and
right?
here's the band. It's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah. Well, with them, I'm gonna give them some shit, but the other ones usually.
I don't know, man. Well, I'll agree that Devon has a really good job and that he gets to be part of the middle of the thing.
But
But
it's
Devon's
work.
job is stressful, and Devon's a professional, and it was most evident during that live stream. He kept that thing going for 9 hours.
Yeah.
And it's hard to think of what you're going to talk about for 9 hours in between artists and not keep repeating
Yeah, just
yourself.
filling
and
time
not-
is a skill
know.
in itself, So
What helps to know the artists,
yeah.
and
Yeah.
we're in a house, and it's Hisessions. So
Yeah.
plus
Yeah.
and then it's all for people on Maui. So
Yeah.
that makes it.
Yeah. But Dev,
that makes it shorter.
you being modest, but you do have that is a skill and a talent, and you are very good at that.
It is.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That's why he emceed my wedding.
Yeah.
So a lot of people.
That was,
okay, I'll have Devin because I know he can handle chaos. And
It was chaotic.
it was chaotic.
Yeah. On the side note, what is one of the most chaotic things you've ever emceed or
My wedding.
well, besides that, but like
Well, his wedding wasn't as chaotic only because, like, I knew the thing for me is I know the people who are involved usually. So whatever happens,
Yeah.
I've been doing it for so long, you're kind of used to it. And I got really good training when I worked at FM 100 because, when you're at the Shell and there's 10,000 drunk people on the lawn and you
Yeah,
got to try
yeah.
to get their attention, you kind of just figure it out, right? And then, so that helps. But then, what did I do? I did one wedding where, I did one wedding. They were a very well-off couple, and they got drunk. Like not even in college we used to call it not getting drunk. You get drunk.
I see.
You just like people not talking English, kind of not speaking English, kind of thing. Because it was full bar. Well, not full bar, but it was the bar had Johnny Walker Blue.
Okay.
They just had cases and cases of Johnny Walker Blue. And I don't know if you've ever drank Johnny Walker Blue, but it's a mix of all the best, I guess, whiskeys that they have. And so it's all mixed in this one thing. And that stuff,
Potent.
you drink it, it's super smooth. And then all of a sudden you're like, whoa.
You're holding onto the wall.
Yeah, like you cannot.
So
you
did you
cannot
get drunk
feel
with them?
You cannot feel. Oh yeah, I totally got drunk.
Oh.
It's the first time I've ever been wasted at a gig,
And
it was,
doing emceeing.
Yeah, and it was actually my cousin's fault because my cousin was on the wedding party, and so every time there was a break, he would bring me a shot, and you cannot turn down the shot, so I would drink the shot, and before I knew it, I had like, I don't know, 5 or 6 shots, and you know me, I don't drink.
Nope.
So it was stand up and I was all good, and all of a sudden I was standing up going, wow, and then I thought, I need to finish this up as quickly as I can because I'm not going to make it to the end of this. I'm not going to make it to the end of this program, I don't think. But then the best man had a wireless mic, and he started doing his speech, and he just kept going. And we tried to reel him in, but he had a wireless. So he's walking over there to those people and doing a little dance and talking to these people over here. And then there was a fight. And it was crazy.
See, what you need is like what I had in the 90s when I had Throne, the brand. We used to throw parties at like Moose's and Liquid Surf Den and stuff.
Liquid Surf Den.
And when you train parties over there, people like to buy you shots because that's, you know, you try to party with people, hey, grab a shot with me. But I had my wingman Marco behind me.
Marco that we know?
Yeah, and he loves to drink, right? So people would hand me the shot, and I go, thanks. And then he would hand me the empty glass behind me, and I would go like this, and I would give him the full glass, and he'd be like, in the back wing. So at the end of the night, he would be all drunk, but I would be, you know, avoiding getting sick, you know?
Everybody needs a Marco in their life.
Yeah, Marco, where were you when I was doing that wedding? That would have been really helpful.
I mean, I still vomited in the planters afterwards, but I mean, it's like, you know, I would have got more drunk, I think.
That's right.
Took all those shots.
Yeah, one time, so when I was in college, I used to be a waiter at Dole Ballrooms. And there was this huge firefighter convention at the Royal Hawaiian Hotel. So they're like, hey, if you want to make some extra bucks, they need extra waiters because it's a huge, like 3,000 people or something like that. And so I volunteered because I needed the money. And so there's all these people there. I remember Mana'o Company played, or some version of something with Shauna Awa was there. And then they had like trash cans full of Mai Tai mix. So we would just like get the pitcher and we would scoop the Mai Tai and then put it on the table.
Oh God,
Lord.
That's asking for trouble right
there. It was
there.
like we ran out at the end. They drank so much Mai Tais. It was crazy. So toward the end, it was just like chaotic, you know? So I was just standing in the back there and we're just like sipping on whatever's left of the Mai Tais. Like, all right, I guess our job's done. I mean, there's nothing else to do. Everyone's just running around like crazy people. You know? Yeah, that was one of the most insane parties that I've been to, and I wasn't entertaining at that. I mean, at that party, I was just a waiter, you know.
You guys both never hardly drank, when you guys were younger.
No,
I didn't. I didn't start drinking until I was in college, and even then I stopped because I was in the land of the tall Haole people, and they would just be drinking, and I would turn red, and everybody would go, "Ooh, what happened to you, Dev? What's going on?"
And you guys never smoked cigarettes or anything?
No.
Yeah.
Never done dope.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I
want you to tell you. I so want him to tell his story about
what
being paranoid.
No,
I won't.
I need to say that.
I won't make him do that. It is the best story about getting high I've ever heard, and having it go wrong.
Yeah.
It's like the best story ever. We can
I'll tell you after.
Okay.
Yeah, but it made me laugh for days.
But you know, I mean, to give credit to my friends, they never really pushed me. You know.
Yeah.
And they all figured like, hey, John gonna drive us home.
Oh yeah, you're the designated.
I was always the
Take
responsible
a
one.
drink, man.
Yeah. Well, all of them can, you know, like, and
Daniel.
yeah, we've had some stories, but yeah, at least no one ever drove drunk. You know, that was one thing that we just never wanted to do, and that was my rule.
Wasn't it usually at your house, or I mean?
No. At my I mean, we had a lot of parties at my house with my parents and stuff, but it was a dry house, so when we did those kind of parties, it was just soda and stuff like that.
Okay.
So later on, I think that's when we started going out.
Yeah.
My friends we were such nerds in high school that we would go play basketball and sit in the parking lot of 7-Eleven, and then we would race to see who could finish a liter of soda. And if you threw up, then you lost.
Yeah,
It's the dumbest thing I ever. Thinking back on it, I was like, what the hell were we thinking? Like, you get to choose whatever soda you wanted, and you just start chugging it.
Those are the days before the internet, man. You had to like make games for yourself or do something.
Man, I feel like I'm next to the two most rowdiest people.
You guys
Well,
are
you-
blowing up
you-
frogs and stuff, man.
At least we can tell our stories online.
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's
you
true.
can't even tell your story.
That
Kyle
is
just got to
true.
sit there silently.
Yeah.
as he gets-
What if I run for office? I gotta
Exactly.
stay clean.
All right. So Dev, so the radio station, have you been getting a lot of Maui calls and stuff coming in?
We
and
haven't
things
got
like
Maui calls. We've called a friend of the show, Kahi. She's on Maui right now. She was building her house
okay.
and then got caught kind of in the middle of everything and has been trying to, help. Her family members and stuff live there and stuff. But it's interesting to actually hear from all these different people
Right.
on Facebook or whatever who have these ties. And you go, oh, wow. Because everybody keeps asking me, oh, do you know somebody? Do you know somebody? And I go, nah, not really. But I actually do. And so that part has been interesting and strange.
When it comes more personal.
Yeah, I mean, and not that we didn't feel bad
Yeah.
in the first place. It's just that it
Hits
really hits home, and you go, wow, these people in my house, and they're trying to get rebuilt, and then you get all the other stuff that's happening, and you just go, okay, let's hope we
Yeah, I
can get
gotta
it done.
imagine because I've had a couple of friends from there. They posted their Venmos there,
Mhm.
so I've been just Venmoing stuff. I think that's the easiest to get money directly.
Well, but people are starting to fake Venmo now.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, people are starting to fake T-shirts.
Yeah. Oh,
do you
dude,
mean?
I started.
It's been crazy.
Yeah.
know?
Fake t-shirts.
Kavika posted one yesterday.
okay.
It said on it. It said Lahuna.
Yeah, they spelled Lahaina wrong.
Yeah, they
'Cause
spelled
they
Lahaina
are not
wrong.
from here.
Yeah.
So they don't know any better. But
So he just said, "Hey,
Oh,
we're
so they're trying
celebrating."
they're trying to sell T-shirts saying
I
that
don't know.
money's gonna go to Maui or
it's
something.
a trip because I don't know how they do it. But as soon as a Maui fundraising T-shirt gets done in Hawaii and it hits the news media or it hits the internet,
Yeah.
some type of algorithm triggers that thing, and the next thing you know, the next day they'll copy it and sell
Oh.
it as if they're aligned with the company, but they're
But they're
made in the
not.
mainland and they're just ripping off the designs,
Wow.
and they don't
Yeah.
even state that they're donating, but people just buy it, from there, thinking that it's the same design because it is the same design,
Yeah.
Then the one that we came across, they actually claimed to have done the design. They go,
Oh,
oh,
really?
yeah, our artist came up with this idea. I'm like, no, we just launched
you
that
didn't."
yesterday. Where are you located? Oh, in the mainland, So it's kind of nuts what's happening right now, and
And the internet makes it easier, right?
Oh yeah, way
easier, and people don't know any better. They
Dude.
just think, oh, support, okay,
I won't bring the person's name up, I guess, but you'll probably figure it out. But so if you have a concert at the Blue Note, there's this company. They're an online company or whatever, and they sell Blue Note tickets, but they sell it at a much higher price than the Blue Note sells it.
Yeah.
What?
But when you search Blue Note whatever, their site comes up first.
Whoa.
See.
So like I think what they do is they just capture the audience, and then like the tickets are like $132 or
So
something
they
like that.
pre-buy out the tickets.
And then once they get the order, they probably just buy the ticket, and then Laihama.
Yeah, I saw that. That's so stupid.
Wow.
Well,
I don't know if you can see from that
They
angle.
corrected it though. Recently.
mean?
Yeah, they reposted the correct version.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's.
But
that's
I mean,
not
it's amazing how shameless people are when
Yeah.
it comes to just trying to make a buck, and
good. Yeah.
what can you do,
That's
you
kind of
know?
sad.
yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, the Venmo. I was thinking, if as someone who's lost their home or whatever, it takes a lot of guts and to post like, hey, I need some help. Post on Facebook. This is my whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah. So anyway, there's been a couple of those. So
I just saw a post, and I guess it has to be verified, but it was from a guy that's been posting a lot, saying that Amazon has agreed to take provisions that are needed and they'll direct ship it to Maui
Oh.
to help with the effort. But I think he's organizing what they need, because I think he mentioned battery generators, probably masks and stuff like that too. But I think it's being organized now where it can be sent to Maui
directly. Maui.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
One of the
Yeah.
one of the companies I work for, the I don't know, for some reason they bought slippers
Okay.
to take to Buddy. It was more expensive for him to ship it there
Right.
than it was, and then it was more expensive to ship it to the office. and then it was cheaper for him to just ship it to his house.
Oh.
So he shipped it to his house. They got everything all packaged, and then they flew it over to Maui.
Well,
I
tell us
was
about
like,
the food bank
wow.
stuff.
Well, I don't know. I mean, this needs to be
Okay,
verified.
verified. Okay, so
Uh.
not verified. So
But yeah, but somebody told me, when you donate a can of Spam from your cupboard, it's a little bit different than donating money to the food bank, because the food bank is organized to get things in bulk.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe one can of Spam that you go from cupboard, which is with good intentions, but if you gave money instead to the food bank, they can buy more for that
Mhm.
buck.
Mm-hmm.
And they also have means of transportation to get it there, and probably containers and things to
Yep.
keep it cold if it needs
Yep.
to be refrigerated. So
Yep.
that donating money to the food bank is a better idea than some type of food drive. Am I correct?
Yes, because buying in bulk, surprisingly, my friend Terry, hi Terry, she works at the food bank.
Yeah.
She does the buying and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they do. They try to buy in bulk. They try to, they have deals worked out with people to get certain stuff. So yeah, if you get them the money, they know how to stretch it farther than you could on your own. So
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so when we did our live stream, we had the food bank as one of them.
Mhm.
And the reason why I wanted that one there was because, according to the person we spoke to, the food bank was the most like direct
Yeah.
you're going to get. It's like money goes there. As soon as they get the money, they buy the food and they give it to people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's like,
Yeah.
And
that's
they're
it.
on the ground there already.
Yeah, they're on the ground
Yeah.
there already. Then the Maui Strong was like a little bit higher level in that they get their money and then you have to kind of apply, I guess, for, and
Yeah,
then
they do grants
they
and
distribute
stuff,
it out.
yeah.
But they're
Yeah.
there and they're doing it.
Mhm.
Then the Red Cross was like a more like higher up. I guess they're doing other things.
Mhm.
But it gives people a choice, But
Yeah.
the food bank I thought was just great because if you donate directly there, and right now, they just at this point just asking for donations.
They pretty much are asking for money because
Yeah.
they got so much clothes in those drives.
Yeah.
People were
Yeah.
so generous. They just dumped a whole bunch of clothes, but it's like they got nowhere to take them. In fact, somebody called us yesterday saying, if you wanna, if the thing is that you wanna donate the clothes, maybe go donate the clothes to shelter for abused children or spouses or that kind of thing. Just because the intent is there and it's really nice of you, but there's other groups that can use those kind of donations as well. Especially, it's more specifically for clothes.
Yeah. I ran into a newscaster at the Made in Hawaii Festival. I'm not going to mention her name.
Yeah.
But she just came back from Maui. And I asked her, what can we do to help? What do they need? You just came back from there. What do they need? And she just said they need money.
Money. Yeah.
So I said,
Yeah.
okay.
So give what you can.
Yeah.
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 All right. So we'll have more stuff. I'm sure we'll do something else in the next few days. It's just that the other thing that this made me think about too was we're all three of us are fortunate that we are in a position where we can help out.
Mm-hmm.
And so the more you concentrate on yourself, make sure that your life is not chaotic, right? You have everything yourself together. When times like these happen, you can help other people,
Yeah.
right? So it made me think too, like, oh, maybe I shouldn't play so much Fortnite, and make sure that my house is in order, right? So that when these kind of things happen, I feel fortunate that we were in a position that we can do some help, some good,
Yeah.
But if my life was chaotic and I could, then I wouldn't be able to help other people.
You wouldn't have been able to put that concert with Dave back in
There's no
time.
way.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
If you were too chaotic.
Right,
And if he was busy trying to save the Fortnite world,
right.
you might have forgotten about
The real
world time to help out. So
Till your wife is whacking you in the head. Yeah.
Get off that thing.
congratulations on your realization.
I don't know. I don't.
He hasn't not played Fortnite yet. Let's not go
But
crazy.
let's talk about your new hobby.
Okay.
Because
Well, no,
he
this-
quit. He kind of semi-quit.
Yeah,
Fortnite
he was talking about
'cause
that.
his friends
He was
all
very
left.
proud. He was very proud of
I
that,
was very
actually.
proud of him, and he
Yeah.
needed a hobby.
Yeah.
So I've been giving him advice, right, on what
Oh
to do.
God.
But a lot of what I had to do would entail leaving the house or actually putting effort, and so he
Which is
passed on a lot of
hysterical
it.
that he's giving you advice about going out and doing stuff.
Well,
This-
I mean,
this
fun
did
stuff
not come-
like fishing or stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but he's done fishing. He was
Yeah,
fishing
yeah,
with his
yeah.
kids.
Not as often.
No,
as you
I don't
should.
go anymore. There's
Yeah.
no more fish. That's why.
But it's not about fishing.
You know,
It's
I-
not
it's
fishing.
about,
It's
about
standing.
just doing something. Outside,
Oh, I see. What do you guys think about for fishing? I think we should put like you know how like Waikiki, right? You can only fish there every other year
Yeah.
or something. There should be more spots like that all around the island, and have more enforcement of that stuff.
I think they just need more stringent laws and punishment for people that break it. There's overfishing, but there's also illegal overfishing that's happening. I see lanettes in Montego Bay.
But they always say, right, the enforcement of it is the hardest part.
Yeah.
They get like 3 guys for run the whole.
Yeah, but you got to
island.
make the punishment so extreme. Like, I don't know, chop off a hand. I don't know.
Jeez.
I don't know what you can do, but I mean, if you make it,
I don't think that's gonna fly, Kyle.
Make it extreme. You're not gonna try it in the first place,
You break out their poles.
Yeah, break out their poles, or not allowed to touch sushi again for the rest of their life. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, so my son and I have been getting into baseball card collecting.
Right.
So that's
my son and I, or you and your son is along for the ride.
No,
because he
he's
plays
into
baseball.
it. He's into it.
All right.
It's funny because when we first started a few weeks ago, right? I bought a 1991 box of Fleer cards, which apparently are worthless.
Yeah,
I found out.
Yeah.
But I'm showing him, hey, this is Don Mattingly. This is Dale Murphy. He doesn't know who any of these
No,
guys
yeah,
are.
yeah.
But then we're opening the new ones. And he's like, oh, that's Acuna Jr. That guy's good and stuff. Like he knows all the new players, but he don't know any of the old
You can
guys.
give me all the Mariners.
Well,
Because I
if you
know
bought
you don't
the-
want those guys.
okay.
If you bought the 89 Fleer, you could search for a Griffey, I guess, in there.
Yeah.
And then the F face.
Yeah, there's every once in a while there's a card. I don't want to talk too much about this card because people are going to turn this off.
Okay.
But anyway,
If they haven't already, you guys are like, what? No more guess.
well, well, this podcast so far, no one's been yelling at each other, so it's good. We got to.
But we don't normally yell at each other.
Oh, we get. You
don't want to get heated.
Yeah.
You get angry.
I just wanted to say.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's been a good month and a half or whatever. I feel like I spent a little bit more than I wanted to on baseball.
You always spend more than
I think the overall thing that's good is you found something in common with your son to do something with.
Yeah.
Outside of just staring at Fortnite.
Of course, it costs money, but
I mean, it's a good hobby.
It is a good
talk
hobby.
about the person, the sport, and
Well, the other thing I
follow
was
them.
thinking, so I did this.
you don't even play baseball. That's the part that's interesting.
Me?
Yeah.
I played baseball a little bit, and I did collect baseball cards when I was little. I played Pinto and Mustang,
Oh, okay.
but I didn't. By the time they started throwing the ball pretty hard, I was like, "That's it for me. I'm out of here." Billy Piper. Do you guys know who Billy Piper is?
No.
Billy Piper. He's my age, and we're classmates. He's works at the bank now. I think he's very, very nice guy, successful guy, but was a very successful athlete all through high school and stuff like the college and all that. And I remember when he used to pitch, I'd be like shaking, like my legs would like literally shake in my pants because I was so scared of the ball.
Well, you're scared of getting beamed or
Yeah.
striking out?
Getting beamed.
Oh. Did you ever?
I never got beamed.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you call it?
Huh?
What did you just say?
I never got beamed.
It's beamed, huh?
It's beamed.
Beamed.
Yeah.
Oh. Beamed?
Yeah, with an N.
That's beamed.
It's not,
No.
it's not beamed.
Oh.
That's why I was like, did you just say beamed?
Oh.
How do
Let's just show what I know.
Did you get beamed, though?
beamed?
Beamed?
I did not.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
I did not. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Kyle, who doesn't play any sport at all, even knows that it's
I
called
played-
beamed.
I played baseball. I played
Not.
I played PE 1 year. And then my parents said I got too much homework, so I can't do it the next year, which is 5th grade. And the next year, that team came first place.
Did you even do your
Oh.
homework anyway?
I was gonna say I didn't know you to do homework.
No, in elementary school I did.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, it was over.
Yeah.
After that, I just ended up drawing on the desk,
He's
not paying
who
attention
are
in
you
class.
talking? You were talking to somebody either this weekend or last weekend about your what you did at school. Like he said his challenge one time. Let me see if I can make it the whole week without. Yeah, I was thinking you're talking to Jen, I think, and you're like, I wanted to see if I could go to a whole week and not write anything down or not do any homework.
I used to just go to school and go, I wonder how much photo paper I can borrow this year because I'm not going to have any, nor a pen. and I just had friends that would give me photo paper and pen to do my work.
Usually it was Thomas.
No, he wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
Yeah, he not carry photo paper and pen either. But I just had friends that would, oh, hey.
Now, were you one of these guys when it was like elementary school already. Like you would draw pictures and look what Kyle drew compared to everybody else's stick
He was
people.
drawing on his desk.
I won, you know, the elementary school contests, and you stick your artwork on a cafeteria wall and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But in high school, my senior year, I decided to not take a math class, but I already signed up for it.
Yeah.
So it was too late, and I didn't need it anymore.
Yeah.
So I told my teacher, "Can I be your aide?" And she goes, "No, you cannot. You can just have to flunk if you're not going to study." I go, "Okay, give me an F then. I'm not going to study. I'll pass out papers for you or whatever." So during that time, I would just start drawing graffiti on the desk with my paint pens and stuff like that. And she goes, "When are you going to stop?" And I go, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to be finished tomorrow. And then I'll wipe it off again with Windex." She was okay. So every other day there would be a mirror on the desk.
Wow.
Yeah, and then
she was a very supportive teacher.
She was, because I would
Except
go.
for the fact that she flunked him in the class.
Yeah, she flunked, but there was no other way. I was gonna flunk. It was just gonna flunk. So So I would also dig out during class and go to my graphic arts class to work because I had a project. So she goes, I go, "Can I leave?" And she goes, "Where are you going?" I go, "Graphic arts. I'm working on a project." She goes, "Okay," because she knew that was gonna be my career. So she was super supportive.
Yeah, but she flunked you in the class. Why didn't she just give you a D
but that was the deal, you know?
Yeah, that was the deal. She knew. I knew what I signed up for, you know. But I never need JPA after I realized I'm going to HCC too, right?
Okay, if you have a child that's in
yeah,
school
don't
right now,
listen to
this
this
may be
podcast.
not the place where you want to.
Yeah, you don't want to listen to this.
You know, my daughter listens to all of these podcasts.
Oh, wow.
Because she edits them.
Sorry, Nisa.
Well, you know, if she had a career path, maybe we could talk about some. But right now, she's got to study.
Yeah, of course.
She's only, 8th grade, so...
No, 9th.
Was she 9th grade?
now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, she's 9th grade. She got some time.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. As long as she doesn't discover it too late, it'll be okay. Because I realized way too late that it was...
I'm not
that I
telling
should've
any
buckled down
kids
and
to
did
not
something.
study, but I'm telling kids to find your passion.
Well, you know, Stacy's boss is a friend of ours, and I met him long time ago. You know, very successful guy, does really well. I remember one time they invited us over for a just like a dinner party or whatever, and they're all with their super successful friends, and then Stacy and I are there, and I felt like we were kind of dumbing down the room. But you look around and everything is so nice, and they're in this nice building, and I'm like, man, I should have studied harder in high school, man.
You did well for yourself.
Yeah, it turned out okay, but
yeah.
One thing I meant to ask you, because of your work and what you do, which is the real estate part of things, not the musical part of things. The recent jump in insurance. I'm sorry, folks. I'm going to get deep in the weeds on this, but it was interesting. I wanted to know. They're talking about interest rates getting up to 7%, right? And so it's really put a chill effect on people buying homes and all that stuff. So I'm curious, from your perspective as a guy who sells homes, who wanders around and, helps people out with this stuff.
Yeah.
What is going on with the market? Can you say it in so that fifth graders can understand it? Because that's kind of where we're at.
Well, I can tell you that for now, home prices are stable. They're not coming down. And it's basically because people, with the interest rates going up, people are having a harder time buying, but also people are not selling because I'm going to sell my house that has a 3.5% interest rate. What am I going to go buy? Now I got to go get a 7% interest rate on my next house, right? So they can't do the jump anymore. So people are just staying where they are. So buyers are still outnumbering sellers when it comes to, and as long as buyers outnumber sellers, prices are going to stay high because the demand for houses is offset, right?
Okay.
Once we have more sellers and less buyers, that's when, prices may come down. But I just don't see that yet.
Right.
You know what was an interesting thing I learned when I asked him about the sellers? I said, if you just count your clientele, how many of your buyers are local? And he said that the majority of them are local.
Yeah. Majority of them are still local.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is good to hear.
Well, the question too is, with all these buildings that are going up, are they just going to sit there vacant? Because an apartment building, if you're saying the prices are staying level, right? You're talking about a 1-bedroom, maybe 2-bedroom that's going for $750,000.
Well,
and nobody can afford it.
I mean,
not at 7% interest.
So there's a new building that just is being built by Kobayashi Group. It's called Kuile Place. It's going to be right on Kapiolani Boulevard. And they just had their opening this weekend, and it was just so many people. I mean, it is this is HHFDC housing. So I don't remember.
Certain percentages marked for
affordable
housing.
Workforce, affordable kind of stuff. So there definitely is still just a huge desire for even those buildings. And Howard Hughes, they're building more buildings in that pocket that they have, and it's selling out. I don't. That one I'm a little bit less clear as to who's buying in there, because those are all $2, $3, $4 million condos. But they're selling them. I don't know who's buying them.
Let me ask you guys this question: If we were in our 20s and we were looking at buying our first home, and it was today, would you be more interested in buying a house versus a condo in Kaka'ako, let's say? Like, now I look at the lifestyle in Kaka'ako for a condo. It looks like fun living for somebody in their 20s.
Yeah. If you're young.
Whereas before, when you buying a condo when we were young, it was not in that kind of area where everything was accessible, like walking distance.
Right. Dude, I want to buy a condo. You go over there, it looks like, the theaters are right there. They all have these huge, there's a building called A'ali.
Yep.
Their gym is just as good as a 24-hour fitness. Like it's super nice.
Yeah, but you also pay a cam of
Well, no, you don't because A'ali has 700 units. It's a lot of them are studios. So if you're willing to live in a studio,
But now I think of just that type of living. Before I always wanted a house, but if I'm a kid like in my 20s trying to look for a home, Kaka'ako looks
it depends on
like a
lifestyle.
place.
That's because when we were growing up, our parents were always like, buy a house.
Yeah.
It's the equity that's going to keep you alive. Buy a house.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Houses are always going to be more, they're going to appreciate better. There's more upside to them because you can always alter a house. You can add a second story. You can renovate it. You can do things to a house. Condo,
right.
you're basically stuck with what you got.
But then also, if the air conditioning breaks or something else, the condo can fix it. Well, certainly not the air conditioner, but plumbing and all this kind of stuff.
Well, you pay for that.
Yeah.
But I think comes down to lifestyle because, dude, back in our day, or our parents' day, to be more dramatic, people didn't travel like they travel now. Like you see millennials now, they're everywhere, right? They're going to Vegas and United States.
They're enjoying life outside of their house.
Taking pictures of it all.
And taking pictures of it all, right? So if that's your lifestyle, then condo might be better for you because who's gonna water your grass while you're gone and take care of your dog and all that kind of stuff? Versus condo, you can just we used to just shut the door and
walk
leave.
out.
That's it. And then come back 2 weeks later and it's exactly the same, right?
Unless you have a cat, in which case the cat is then dead.
Right.
Well, we own a house that is built in the 40s, so by now things are falling apart,
right?
And it's costing a lot to just upkeep. It's not even to upgrade; it's just upkeeping already. You know?
Because you had to repaint the house,
sewer line,
put on a new ceiling, or roof rather, right?
It's not going to end, And I'm thinking, if I had a condo, I don't need to water the yard or worry about anything like that, right?
That's right. That's right. So, but again, I think houses are the superior product when it comes to investment and owning some piece of land here. But, if you're a young guy and, you want to travel and do things, condo. But I've just been telling all of our clients and people that you should have a 10-year outlook versus we used to say 5 years is the cutoff. Like if you're going to buy, usually it's better to hold for 5 years. If you're going to hold for 5 years, you're usually better off than renting, right? But now I tell people you're probably going to want to stay 10 because
10,
yeah, because there is a chance that we could see a downturn, right? If interest rates continue to go up or there's something dramatic happens, and you want to be able to ride that wave out.
That's a tough thing to do, to think 10 years ahead as opposed to 5, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you're in your 20s,
right?
Yeah, you were thinking about moving too, right? Or am I saying stuff again that I'm not supposed to talk about?
We were thinking about it, but things changed, and so we're going to stay where we are for now.
Yeah, they renovated instead.
That's right. You did the thing with the pushing out of the...
Yeah. So, well, guys, wanted to keep this one a little bit short, and thanks for coming in on this.
How do we do on keeping it a little bit short?
50 minutes.
We did. Yeah, 50 minutes. So
okay.
Cool.
Well, give or take the 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to
cut
out.
45 minutes.
Yeah. But again, I just want to really emphasize thank you to all this High Session supporters and all the people who tuned in on everything, not just the High Session stuff, but the Manaola and the support. And people have been calling and saying, I donated and this and that and stuff.
If you want to, somebody tried to find the podcast, like this part of things.
Yeah.
And they're having a hard time. Is there a suggestion you want to give them for YouTube?
If you just Google High Sessions Hawaii Podcast, it pops up.
Or even High Sessions Podcast. Not even Hawaii.
Yeah, that's right. High Sessions Podcast. It'll pop up.
Because there was that guy that they were saying remember I was asking you, and you're like, oh, I don't know.
Oh yeah. So anyway, we're almost to 500 subscribers now on our
Nice.
podcast on the YouTube channel.
Thank you.
Once we get to 1,000, then certain things change and we can start monetizing the channel and all that stuff. But
Thank
the
you for listening,
Patreon's
everybody. We
making
really
it.
appreciate you guys taking time out to listen to us
and-
babble every week.
There's some stuff coming up with
Especially
High
today.
Sessions
Yeah,
that
especially today.
hopefully will allow us to do more shoots.
Mm.
So we love shooting at the Four Seasons. It's been a great relationship there. We do it every other month, but it would be great to in those other months kind of do one back at the house or some of these kind of low key shoots as well. So
Or even in here.
Even here would
Yeah.
be nice if it's like a one.
So we're
Bad
working
guy.
on it.
Just
Actually,
gonna
after
take this table out of here.
after this podcast, we have another meeting. So
Hmm.
we're coming up with ways to provide more content to our subscribers and especially our patrons.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And stay tuned for High Sessions clothing coming soon.
Oh, that's right.
Really?
In September, we have a whole line of shirts and stuff coming out.
I'm always the last to know.
Designed by Kyle.
And John.
And John.
And John.
Because your doodles are in there too.
They are. Yeah. And that'll be
Oh,
pretty
yeah. You
exciting.
got to do a new doodle, by the way.
Okay,
Don't we do for a new doodle?
I guess.
Get busy.
Okay.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh,
so,
and if you get a chance, watch Strange New Worlds on Paramount Plus. It's the new Star Trek show. It's really good.
oh,
I was surprised. I broke down. I've been trying to avoid because nowadays, if you remember how they told us cable when it died, it was going to be so much better because you got all this streaming and you get these choices and blah blah blah
Sure.
blah 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 blah. And now you need Netflix and you need
Yeah, it's
Paramount.
basically
and you need
becoming cable
Hulu,
again,
And
yeah.
you need Disney, and that's pretty much your entire.
you don't need Disney.
Yeah, I'm paying. Well, we like Disney. So anyway, we bought all these, and I was trying to avoid paying for Paramount Plus, but I've been watching the previews of the show. I mean, it's around for 2 years, but it's called Strange New Worlds, and it's actually a prequel to Star Trek itself. So it's the voyage of the Enterprise with, sorry if I lost most of you, of Captain Pike and Spock and Uhura's on the thing, but they're all the younger versions of it. And you get to see them do their own voyages, and it's very well produced and got some really good writing, and the chemistry of the cast is really good. And I was just, damn it, they broke me down, and
So they got Paramount Plus.
but it's also another way. I mean, like Top Gun, Maverick is there. The new Transformers movie is there, so I can tell my son, okay, because just this weekend he was like, "Can we watch the Transformers movie?" And I went, "I don't want to pay $20, man." But this way now he can watch the
watch it.
movie, and I can catch it. And all the Star Trek shows are on there.
Cool.
If that's your thing, if that floats your boat. With
Can't
Kyle,
wait.
obviously-
I can't wait.
Kyle obviously does not float his boat, but I'm just saying if you're a sci-fi fan, it's really cool.
All right. Well, thank you for that recommendation, Dev. Next week we'll be off, but we will be back the next week with a
Yep.
new podcast.
Yep.
So, thank you so much.
Thank
everybody.
you.
Take care, everybody.
Later.